The jungle update is making its way into Rust this Thursday, May 1st, and is currently over on the main staging branch if you want to take a look at it for yourself. And if you haven't seen my past 3 videos covering this update, you should go check them out after watching this one. The final touches are being put on everything for the jungle. The terrain has more height variations, there's more cliff spawns, which means more node spawns that have also been increased. The vines have been retextured, there was also a new tree that was added, and it really fills in all the gaps where something felt like it was missing before. And of course, all the LODs are getting set up to make sure that you don't get too FPS while in the jungle. The animations and textures on the vines have been cleaned up, and now if a tree is supposed to have a vine but it's not there and connected to another tree, you can just shoot the tree and the vine will come back to you. And if you hold E while mid-swing and the vine goes in a different direction than where you came from, you'll be able to continuously swing through without having to re-interact with the vine. The jungle biome will now spawn its own rivers separate from the rest of them that the procedural maps will generate. The rivers have been adjusted to be wider, deeper, and longer, which means you'll now be able to drive boats, including tugboats, deeper inland. The only problem currently being is that once you intersect with a road or a rail track, you won't be able to go any further, so hopefully procedural generation is on your side, and maybe bridges are in the works that we might see in the future where you could raise and lower them so that you can continue further inland. There was a bug with tugboats where you weren't able to place bare rugs or rugs inside of them, and this has been fixed, as well as the addition of being able to place bare rugs underneath deployables like you can do with the regular rugs. The head bag and trophy has been set up for the snake, which is looking sick when it's mounted, and the resources have recently been adjusted for all 3 of the new animals. The crocodile and the tiger were previously linked to the same resources that bears give, and these are now different from what we've seen in my previous videos. We can now see the texture of the claw marks that tigers leave on trees more clearly, and we can also block all 3 of the new animals' attacks with shields. And if you've seen my previous video on how to fight and survive against these animals with melee weapons, you'll know that this is going to be extremely useful. 2 new pies have been set up, the crocodile and the tiger. It looks like the crocodile pie is going to be for something else later down the line, and the hunter vision has been added to the tiger pie, which is going to cost you 2 big cat meat, some eggs, and some wheat, and it's going to give you the ability to see a trail that follows animals that are near you so that you can track them down. And at the moment on the staging branch, this also glows in the dark, meaning it'll make it easier for you to do things like farm at night without getting ambushed by animals, and this has been applied to all of the animals, with the neutral ones having a white variant. Unless something changes in the next few days or in the future, it looks like the blowpipe and the darts will not be in the tech tree. So if you want to find and learn these, there's 3 new spawns for a new crate at the Ziggurat Monument, which also spawns med syringes and ladders, as well as some other stuff. So instead of just throwing down some military crates and calling it a day, there's been a purpose and a reason to go to the Ziggurat Monument to obtain these items, as well as a new place to get some meds, and the radiation dart is pretty OP in auto turrets. So there's going to be quite a few regular crates that you can find here, as well as 3 spawn locations for these new loot boxes. A recycler has also been set up here that you can find on the inside by the water pools. And to answer the greatest question of them all, does it fish? The answer is yes. I hope this was intentional and not an accident, and I don't regret showing this to everybody because this is pretty cool that you can fish inside of here. So pretend we'll just pretend like we didn't see this, just in case. Don't tell nobody. Unlike the Ziggurat Temple, the ruins that are scattered around the dirt roads in the jungle biome will have a chance to spawn military crates. And these are similar to the way that military crates spawn on zip lines, where it's a random chance to be either a regular brown crate or a milli crate. Wooden armor gloves have been added to the game for everybody that is hard stuck prim on the beach with a spear. You'll now have some extra protection that is easily craftable. The BP is learned by default. Also, the sewing kit requirement for leather gloves has been removed. The new wood armor gloves are also going to have a skin, a part of a whole set called the coconut armor. And these are the first skins for the wood armor helmet, the wooden chest piece, and the wooden leg armor. Some other DLC coming along with this skin set is the obsidian bone knife, a new Aztec style AK skin to go along with the other 952,000 AK skins, a cool little rock skin, which is one of the most unique rock skins that I've seen. I like this one a lot. It's very nice. A single shelf that you can mount on the wall and place deployables on. I just threw some items on it, so that's not actually the purpose of them. There's also a single and a double bamboo shelf holding 2 new styles of jungle themed storage containers. And then there's also 3 new variants of jungle themed wallpapers to add to your collection. A long-standing problem with line of sight building errors is being looked into. If you own the Adobe external wall skin, you'll soon be able to upgrade directly to it instead of having to reskin it after upgrading from wooden walls. And then it looks like there's some form of new menu being worked on in the background. Also, new boats, floating cities. That's all I got.